Hey!
Oh.
Why? Good. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing swell. We're doing grand. We're ready to talk about some big old news on our new exclusive streaming channel.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's do it.
They're so enthusiastic with their claps. It's amazing.
We got to replace that clapper, man. But all right. So let's talk. So let's talk news, right? Let's talk some news. So things have changed a little bit, right? Things have changed because we're not on the Real Life Fake Wizard channel, right? We're here on Fake Wizard News. We're streaming in a couple other places too, right? We're all over the internet. We're still on Twitter. And you might notice that, yeah, Butter Biscuit, I see you in the chat there. I can't super chat. Yeah, this is, guys, we're not monetized. Gas,
Bum, bum,
dude.
bum.
Gas. We are streaming. Do you know what that means? We're streaming for free.
I mean, we always were, but
Yeah.
today specifically.
We're streaming for free.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll talk about it more as we move along, right? But this is a brand new channel, which means no monetization. You know, we have obviously the subscribers are a lot lower, so it's we're gonna need your help getting the word out that we've moved our streams. We're going to need you to watch the streams, like watch the videos, like stick around with us. I already see we've got a lot of people coming over, which is awesome, which is great. And this is only our first. We've got a few more this week, which is also pretty good. The reason we had to switch the streams out is because of a phenomenon that it's unfortunate we have to even address, right? But I think we should address it. Like YouTube through the month of April. So it's April 29th at the time of recording this. Through the month of April on the Real Life Fake Wizard channel, YouTube has taken 600,000 unique viewers away from us in the course of a single month. That means we lost the ability to reach 600,000 people. It was 500,000 before. Now it's 600,000. Like this, they've literally taken 60% of our audience away of people that could see us. And so we did a little digging. We did a little super sleuthing. We spoke to a lot of people. We did a lot of research. We did a lot of Google on the internet machine and checking out the analytics. And what we discovered is that it had to do with our live streams, man. It had to do with our streaming. So we decided, like, well, we want to keep streaming, but we need the main channel to continue doing what the main channel does. So what we decided to do is we're just going to stream here. We're just going to hang out here and move everything over and keep the shows going because it's good. And you know, whether we're monetized or not, I enjoy hanging out and getting to do these with you. I'm sure it won't be too long, but yeah, your watch hours will help us dramatically. Will help us quite a bit. You know, cutting our viewership for lives by hundreds of people. I mean, like before, we were getting upwards of anywhere between, like, the high end. We had like 800 people watching at once. Some days it was 500. Some days it's 2. And we've kind of had to give all that up in order to save the channel. Like we were literally losing the channel there. So yeah, we're here, man. And Tom, I don't want to waste too much time, but I like seeing all you guys in the chat. I see all you out there.
Yeah, and we're
magically MJ. And what's up, Tom?
I was gonna say we're very thankful to you guys because right after we set the channel up, it had so many people flock over to it. It was kind of very nice to see how many people have already come over and subscribed to the channel to help you know, get this thing running. You know, we really couldn't do this without you guys, but it's very nice to see. It's very nice to see you guys coming out. We're gonna continue doing our Wednesday streams.
Yep, we're gonna do it. So you know what? We got a lot to talk about today. There's been a lot of news. Let's get right on into it, man. Let's get right to the news.
Okay, let us get right to the news. Why do you not let me?
You got the news?
I have the news.
Oh, it's because the stinger's up.
This is, again, the most professional stream on multiple platforms now. It's actually not even just YouTube. The entire internet. This is the most professional stream on the entire internet.
On the entire internet.
On the entire internet. 100%. Following up from the PlayStation news, everyone's talking about the DRM debacle. You did a whole video on it. People are very interested to see what's going on, and people are upset. PlayStation users report new online license checks, but Sony quells concerns.
I wouldn't put it that way. That is extremely disingenuous, GameSpot. That is no. Quells concerns? No. That means like, oh, there's nothing to be worried about. Your concerns have been quelled. Don't worry about it. Very dismissive, but go ahead. Let's take it through us. Yeah. Take us through it, Tom.
Of course, a new quirk, yeah, that's a fun way to describe it. A new quirk has begun affecting PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 owners with digital game purchases. It appears the system's last updates have introduced a 30-day online license check for digital games, leaving those who have extended internet outages without access to certain games. However, Sony has clarified exactly how it works, and it seems like most players have nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it, guys. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Several users, including the game accessibility Twitter account Does It Play, have reported that all new PlayStation Store purchases, those made before March 2026, appear to be unaffected, feature a 30-day timer that shows when you will need to connect to the internet again before losing access. This timer doesn't appear to be visible on the PS5, but according to Does It Play, it is still being tracked in the background.
Yeah.
So that's the tweet covenant. Potential major DRM issues rolled out by PlayStation, as well as Xbox, allegedly. All new PSN purchases now have a 30-day validation countdown. Already investigating, find out more details. So this was the catalyst for it. This was what sparked everyone going, wait, what's going on? Wait, you're doing what now? While unlikely to be a tangible issue for most players, there are definitely use cases that could see a PS4, PS5 disconnected from the internet for extended periods of time. According to a statement Does It Play gave to Kotaku, the license checks may have been introduced to combat refund scams, but were designed to convert into unlimited licenses afterwards.
Okay, so I will need to do a lot more deep diving and digging into what that pertains to, like what the refund scams pertain to, because that sounds like a bunch of poppycock. It sounds like absolute poppycock. I'm being so for real right now. This is why did they, if there really is all this stuff going on, why not talk about it? If there are these scams happening and you've now deployed some way to prevent these scams from happening, why wouldn't you have announced it or talked about it or let people know that you've injected a DRM secret? Because that's what they've done. They did it secretly. They got caught, and now it's like, oh no, it's just for refund scams. I think that's a bunch of baloney. I don't like it at all.
I think if it was, why wouldn't you have been able to just say that?
They should have. It should have been announced.
It's been several days. We're going on like 4 to 5 days now that this has been going on, that people have been actively talking about it, and it has still been relatively radio silence from anything.
Yeah. Also, Sony. The very good point here, because we've done the research on this part. Sony doesn't do refunds if the game has been downloaded. Sony doesn't do downloads if you've played the game at all. You could have just clicked to open the game and then close the game, and you cannot get a refund. That's it. Refunds are closed off. So it sounds like a bunch of malarkey to me. Like Sony already has the most stringent refund system. They don't like to do refunds. We've covered this. Like, people put shovelware on PlayStations specifically because they know that they could get it passed. People will buy it even on a sale for $20, and that developer who knows they're shipping garbage is going to be able to scam gamers into buying it. So I don't buy this at all. This sounds bogus, man. But go ahead, let's continue.
Yeah. That appears to be the case with an SIE spokesperson telling GameSpot the following: players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. At least one major gaming company has wasted no time chiming in. However, retailer GameStop published its own statement on the situation, emphasizing that this problem will not happen if you purchase physical games. I think there is something interesting about that. When you're starting your research on this topic and everything, there was a metric that I don't know if it was for the PS4, but I think it was for the PS5, that 80% of games were purchased digitally or something to that metric or to that nature.
Dude, it's not even it's not just PS5. It's
both.
all Sony games that are purchased digitally. And 83 in Q1 of 2025, 83% of all game sales for Sony systems were digital purchases, which means people were buying. I don't remember what games had come out at the top of 25, but I'm just going to say, like, for me, it was like, because it also, that would have been right after Christmas. You got your after Christmas sales, you got your January sales. And for me personally, I think that was Pal World. Like in January, I got Pal World, but I got that digitally, right? So all the games that were kind of happening right there at the top of 25, or really, well, Pal World was earlier than that, but that's when I got it in 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. So after Christmas, everybody buying games was buying them digitally.
Yeah.
So I don't like that at all.
Well, and they've said that apparently it's games purchased from March 2026. Everything after that is what is being affected. But I still think it doesn't make sense that you wouldn't make a statement about it. Game DRM has been a contentious issue for years, particularly with the launch of the Xbox One back in 2013. Originally, plans were in place to allow for users to install physical games to their system and then no longer need the discs. Instead, it would require online license checks. This didn't go over particularly well, as you might recall, and Microsoft ultimately opted for a system much like the Xbox 360, but not before Sony mocked it with a cheeky ad of its own. Yeah, that was the thing back then. There was a lot of animosity about Xbox One doing that. That was a big deal. That was something that almost cost them the system.
It was, and this is still something. See, unfortunately, dude, I'm already seeing it in the comments of my video that I posted yesterday explaining this situation at the time that we had the information, right? People are already saying, you're incorrect because Sony responded and it's not what you said it is. It's not. It's a DRM, but its reasoning for being a DRM is different than what you said. No, it's still a DRM. There's still a licensing containment on the game that I spent $70 on, or $80 on, or $60 on. This is nonsense. So here, what I'm going to do is somebody has already put together a graphic explaining this. Check this out. So this is coming to us on Twitter here. Let me zoom in, right? And here, so this is from, I don't know who this is, but here's a visual to help people understand from the start. This was blown out of proportion, but that's because Sony didn't explain this and are now doing damage control. Disingenuousness. That is downplaying it. So people understand what's actually going on. If they had made a statement at the start instead of silence, yes, that would have been good. This should be blown out of proportion. No. Blowing this up is within the proportion of what needs to happen. The Xbox One, part of the Xbox One's failure was associated with this, was associated with just this. Okay? So this is insane. Now, let me scroll down here. So when you buy a digital game on the PlayStation Store before March 2026, you had a permanent license. Okay. Now, after March 2026, you have a temporary 14-day refund period where if you haven't installed the game, you can trigger a refund. Okay. And then you have another 15-day period where the online check is required to convert to a permanent license. See, this is where I'm not fully understanding this here, and this is obviously a skill issue. I need to really dig in. This, I should say, this is all happening in real time. We only just got this update before we went live, so we're reading this with you in real time. So I'm not fully upgraded or fully brought in on the details just yet. What this means, what this 30-day license thing is that means you need to check in with the console for it to verify to your account. And then only after that does it become a permanent license. Why do we need that?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, okay. So, hey, 30, dude, if you're around, man, we're talking about this. I'm going to send you the invite. If you're free, there's no pressure. If you want to jump in with us to talk about this, please jump in, because I feel like you're going to have more information on this than I might at this point, because I'm going into this blind. So if you got a few minutes, you want to jump in with us, by all means, come on in. I just sent you the link. So anyway, so this whole thing seems absolutely ridiculous. Here, I got to fix the screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, all right. So so we got some notes on here. Sony is not taking away your games. Well, that was never just it. It was not taking away your games. It was locking us out of the games. So again, disingenuous. You do not need to rebuy games. If anybody was saying that, they're stupid.
That was wrong. Yes.
That was wrong. People, I know people were asking that, but that was a stupid thing to ask. And there is not a periodic 30-day check-in. Okay, well, that is valuable information that now we need to know. The return of the CBO-MB, which is the battery, issue resurrected isn't intentional. So that's part of this bug. Okay, well, so we do have, if looking at this thing, looking at the optics of this thing, right? Information has changed. Originally, when it was discovered that there was a DRM inside of the PlayStation 5s, it was described to us and downplayed as if it was a bug. Oh, some content creators told us, oh, this is a bug. Sony's going to work it out and take it away. It's totally a bug. It's not supposed to be there. Like, this is a really great example of the story adjusting in real time to try to downplay, to control the narrative, to control how you process the information. So it starts off and, oh, somebody spoke to Sony. It's a bug. Then it kind of blows up when people recreate the problem, and it's like, no, it's not a bug. It's in the code. We could see it there. And it appeared as if it was every 30 days. And Sony is now silent on it. And then it continued, and people kept digging into it. And then they found out that it has to do with, yeah, exactly. That's exactly that. As a software engineer, it's honestly too much code to be a bug. Thank you for saying that. I thought of this too, and I'm not even a software engineer. Do you know what this means? And we're bringing on right now in real time. 30 NSG, friend of the channel, friend of all the Fake Wizard channels. What's up, man? How we doing?
What's going on, man?
All right,
give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to mute the stream. What's going on, Tom? What's going on?
How's it going?
So this is on my show in the morning. I try to talk about it not from a hating point of DRM, and also not from the people spreading misinformation right off the bat, right? DRM, right. This is actually 100% what they were trying to do. When you say it's a glitch, come on, it's not a glitch. If it's a glitch, why is the code there where on the screen it literally says like start date, end date, time left on the actual, you know what I mean? That's not a glitch. That's code written in there to tell you how much time you have left. So this popped out when I was out and about, and I was just like, see, I didn't think they were going to come out and say anything this early, even though it's 5 days after the whole debacle when it started.
Blown up.
Yeah, it's completely blown up, and they had to get control of it. So obviously we can all speculate and be like, well, this is what they're saying now. But again, it was blown out of proportion because we didn't know if it was right or wrong, because people are like saying it's a check-in, it's a 30-day check-in, and then you lose the license. What I truly believe it is, which we don't need, as you were saying, right? We don't need this. We don't need this. Why are they doing it? This is the first step. This is the horse armor of cosmetics. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first step in making it a full-on 30-day revolving door. And my first question is, why weren't they transparent about this?
Corporations. I mean, that's what they do, man.
Like, with the history behind it. Well, I guess that's just it. With the history behind it, with everything that went down with Xbox, and how the Xbox One sunk because of this.
Edemion had a video earlier today talking about, and he showed a clip of PlayStation when they were at their Summer Game Fest way back when Xbox did this whole DRM thing, and then Sony came out on stage and was like, we're not doing that. We're not taking it, right? He showed all of that. And this is that step towards the same thing that Xbox was doing, right? And people are going to tell you, as I call them, trash knights, right, are going to tell you that, well, this is because of jailbreaking. This is because of, they're making sure the people are not stealing the games. It's like, but as a customer, why do I have to jump through more hoops? Like, why do I have to do this when someone that's a pirate, right, is just downloading the game? They can just download the game and play the game. They don't have to jump through hoops. They just play the game. They just do what they want to do. Meanwhile, we have to like check in. Why do we have to check in?
I hope I don't know what's going to happen next. Like, the statement that they put out is it's 2 sentences. It's 2 sentences that just trying to blow it away. Here, let's bring that back up, Tom. So, I mean, what they say, players can continue to access and play their purchase games as usual. A one-time online check-in is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. That's all they told us. So there's no explanation as to why this is.
Nope.
What's the motivation?
I would assume it's sort of like the same motivation they had when they try to do something with Helldivers, like 3 months after Helldivers 2 came out. They're like, oh, by the way, you have to sign in, right? This is just yet another thing. Because if you own two PlayStations, and let's say, again, I'm being very specific with the scenario here. Let's say I own two PlayStations. One's at my other house or other place, and I don't have internet there, but I have my games or whatever. I can bring them over. But now I can't play my games because I have to check in with PlayStation so they can make sure that I own my games. It's like, I own my games. I have it here. That is the confirmation. I purchased your game. I should be able to play the game. Not, oh, well, we just want to make sure you own the game because there's people out there that don't own the game that are also trying to log in. It's like, all right, well, okay, let's get around this. I have a VPN. I'm in the same, now my VPN says I'm in the place that I'm supposed to be. Why do I still have to check in if I'm in the same IP that I played originally?
So, like, I mean, let's play this out, because I still don't understand how there is some kind of a fraud or like return scam going on here. But like, let's say there's 2 consoles. I have my main console and a secondary console,
right?
And like, actually this is a good example. I have two accounts. I have my my fake Wizard account, but then I also have my old one that I don't really use anymore, but it has games on there that are inaccessible. So like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that's technically lost, but I have the file, right? So
on your other account.
This means on my old account.
Yeah.
So now it's saying I have to log into my old account in order to
just to check in. Yeah, just to
check in now.
Just to check in. We want to know if you're real or not. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's metrics for numbers. This is like Netflix doing when they did the crackdown on people sharing password correction. That's what this is. Yeah.
I still think this is something we should.
That's the way I take it, is what they're trying to do.
Right.
There's a saturation point of users, and they're trying to figure out, okay, well, let's clean house here. Let's find out who's real, who's not real, who's jailbreaking, and that's what I think they're doing.
If it's jailbreak, I mean, is there enough evidence to think that this is because of like the Star Wars racer game jailbreak? Yeah. Is that
people in my chat come in that are not usually there and are like, no, it's because of the jailbreak. I'm like, where's your evidence? Like, you think there's tens of millions of people jailbreaking?
We heard that we were. Last I heard, maybe I'm out of date on this, but like last we heard, it was like the first step on a jailbreak was done. It wasn't like full on everybody can jailbreak now.
Right, but I have a question for both of you guys. What do you think is more plausible? Do you think it's more plausible that more people are buying physical media or people jailbreaking their consoles so they can play a game? What percentage is higher? Yeah. Who's buying more stuff, right?
Funny enough, it might be split down the middle with how things are now.
It's hard to say. We just talked about how the metric for the amount of people actually buying physical games is
Oh yeah, it's like
diminishing.
4% or 8% or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
It's continuing to decline as time goes on. I remember when we were still talking about it, it was the question of like, PlayStation 5, I don't know if the PS4 Pro had a version of it, but the PS5, when it launched, it had two versions of the consoles. It had the digital-only version or the physical-only version. Or not physical only, but you one with the disc tray, one without it. And all I could think is that it's like, okay, well, now how does this play into that? Does that apply to these metrics right here? Does that apply? Did they have it divvied up where it's like, oh yeah, people who only have the digital version are only buying the digital version of games? Yeah. But no, I think it's unfortunately, if you look at it through the real if you go into the whole like doomer conspiracy theory, it's like, okay, well, where does, if we're looking like worst case scenarios, what is this the start of, and where does it end? And that's where it's like, okay, with it being specifically digital, they've already implemented as a choice of that it's a cost effectiveness of the digital only or physical only. Are we going to look at PS6 doesn't have a physical disc tray, period? There's only one version and it's only digital. It's stuff like that it's like, okay, what are we?
100%.
Is this the start?
Well, this is already the start because they give you a disc drive. If you don't want a disc drive now, you can get a disc drive later if you wanted one. Let's say you bought some old games. You're like, oh, I want to put them in a, right? So that is the start already. This is the conditioning. As Wizard said in his video, right? We are the frog in the pot boiling. So what can they get away with? And it's funny because I don't know if you watched me commenting about your video, but I brought up the biometric stuff before you brought up the biometric stuff in the actual video, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Like, what's the step? It's just a fingerprint. Yeah, it's just you just have to scan your fingerprint. Yeah, just a fingerprint. Just have to scan it once to get the biometric to make sure, right? And now people will say, well, you do that with your iPhone or your Google, like with the face recognition, or with your touchpad or whatever, and that's fine. Like to activate the device, cool, right? But now you want me to check in for every single game that I own or play, and it only starts on the end of March, because was it Spawn Wave had a video showing that the single player game still worked when he took the CMOS chip out or the battery out, but yet the other ones that were online didn't work. So it's like, where does this line get drawn? And is it when the game is distributed or when you purchase it? Like if the game came out in February and I buy it in June, does that get logged in, or is it the stuff that was published after the March or May or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, what is the line? What is the defining line? Is it everything after this point now that you have to check in?
But that's the problem. We have two sentences, so the rest goes back to speculation. And I think what's unfortunate here is people are already saying, or using the phrase blown out of proportion. I think we're very much in proportion. The outrage is proportionate to what they've done and the lack of information.
Yes.
And but what's really bad, and I can already forecast, I know I'm going to catch grief for it. I don't care. You're going to have all the Sony ponies that are like, ha, see, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. And it's like, wait a second. Actually, yes, it is. Because they did try to sneak this. There's a kill switch 100%. On all of our consoles now.
Yes, 100%. They snuck it in.
If we didn't catch it, we wouldn't know it was there.
That's right. They caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and now they have to say something about it.
Guys, it's okay. They said it's okay, so it's okay now. They said it's okay. It's like, no, that's
exactly.
Not
it is mind-boggling that people defend this stuff, though, isn't it?
Oh. I don't understand. With all the information out, I don't understand how people could still be so adamant about defending these corporations, whether it be Sony or Nintendo. But it is ridiculous with this one.
I think the more mind-boggling thought is the people fighting it tooth and nail that aren't being paid to fight it tooth and nail. Because there are those people. Because like you have your shill accounts where it's like, oh yeah, I got flown out to this place. Of course, I'm now going to say nice things about it. But you have someone just randomly on their Tuesday,
it's their child. Yeah, it's their child. Yeah.
In between work at Walmart, they're, how dare you say that PlayStation has always been nice to me? It's like, buddy, buddy, they don't care about you the way that you
Yep.
care about them.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that people defend it, and I'm like, look, I don't care, because I don't make it about it's a Sony thing, it's an Xbox thing, it's an industry thing, right? I mean, there's kill switches literally in cars now, and people are okay with it. Like, if you don't pay a subscription model for it, you can't use your AC, or you can't use your whatever it is, the windows, the powered seats, the heated seats, right? They can just shut it off anytime they want, right? If this is not a big deal, right? If it's not a big deal, then why we have it? And if we do have it, and I don't own my games, then everything should just be a Game Pass model, right? PlayStation Plus, Ubisoft Plus, EA Play, Game Pass, Netflix, Disney Plus, right? If you're just renting the thing, then you don't get to charge $80, right? If you want me to rent the game and then I don't own it, and you want me to check in, well, if I pay for the service, then I'll continue paying, and if I don't pay, then I don't play, right? But if I'm owning the dip, that is the check-in. I bought your product. I don't need to check in.
I don't. I think that's where it falls back to, because like I can't understand why everything is these licenses, and there's already been issues with licenses. Even in their statements and in the end user license, it's all you're not buying games. You're buying the license to play the game. But I think what it would be okay if this was, as you were saying, like, okay, I have PlayStation Plus. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Like, you want to check me in? All right, we should fine. That makes sense.
Well, you wouldn't have to get checked in because you're paying the $10, $25 a month. That is your check-in, right? That is
the right.
That is the check-in. Yeah.
So the only I think factual takeaway that we could look at here is this is some kind of a data harvesting.
What 100%, and you've talked about that in other videos, right? The data is you are the most important thing to the companies. Your data, right? What you play, how old you are, where you live, what your situation is with money. They want to know who they can get, and then, as you say, regional pricing, where we could be in the same house, and I can look at the same game as you, and then I paid $5 more, right? Because they knows my tax bracket that I'm in, or whatever it is, right?
Once they have your biometrics, it won't matter. They could run your social security number.
Right. They're like, we already bought this for you. We already, because you like this game, we already pre-purchased this game for you. Do you want to deny it? You're like, no, that's fine. It's convenient. I'll just take it.
I think it's crazy. And I've seen people be like, oh, well, it's to complain even just about the dynamic pricing thing. I've seen people complain like, well, depending on where you are, like the price of gas is different in every state in the US. This is video games. We're not talking about petroleum. We're not talking about gasoline. You mean essentials to live? No, we're talking about Soros.
Like, it's a video game. Yeah.
It's just a game.
Why do I have to put a fingerprint, a check-in, a login? Like, it's just a game. I just want to play a game.
But further than that, like it's with gas, maybe the conditions are different from one place to another. If I'm in Utah and I boot up the same game, it's not different because I'm in Utah now. It's not.
We could be in the same house, Tom, and it could be a different price.
It's so. There's the level of craziness of that. It's like, okay, people, you have the big corpo that's like, oh yeah, we can get away with this because they're not going to say anything about it. And then they do it. And then you have the people go, they're allowed to do that. What's the matter, guys? It's like, oh, come on.
Well, here's the thing, right? Nintendo's doing this with the keyless card, the card thing. It's the same thing, right? You're checking in, and if you don't have that no card, like if I give it to Wizard to borrow, and he's borrowing my thing, now I can't activate my card because I don't own the card anymore, right? You have the digital card, so now you get to play it, right? So you're checking in at that moment when you're playing the game. They're like, oh, you handed it back, now it's coming back to me. They're all doing it, right? Nintendo's doing it in their way. Sony's doing it in their way. Xbox tried to do it 13 years ago their way and basically told you if you didn't like it, buy a 360, right? So that's what they did. So they're all in it, man. Look, Discord, they need the age verification, the other places. The whole industry is shifting towards this type of format, right? And I've said it all the time. Everyone's like, well, I'll just keep buying physical. I said, you can until you can't. And that when you can't is when they tell you you can't. It doesn't matter if you want to still buy physical. Go to Target, go to Best Buy, look at the stuff. There used to be aisles and aisles of physical copies of stuff. Now you go there, there's like 10 games and they're all cards that you pull off the shelf, and it's, you bring it home with you, you put the code in, and now you have the game, right? There's no more physical stuff. There's there's like limited run stuff. You see that a lot now with independent games, where like 4 months later they do a limited run, and then you can go buy the physical copy of stuff like that. But for the most part, the companies are together, and they're saying we don't want to, because they don't want the secondhand market. They don't want you to sell your game to somebody else. They don't want GameStop to make money off that stuff. So they make more money per profit per game that they sell on digital. They make more money with your data. All that stuff is in the ecosystem, is with inside the system itself. So they're winning on all sides, and they'll just nickel and dime them until they get their way. And this is one of those steps where you have to say something. I said that today. I was like, if you don't like it, right, you got to say something. And if you don't say something, then they just keep doing it, right? The reason that they came out is not because people were okay with it. The reason they came out with the 2 sentences is because we have an issue with it, and they have to make it clear what they're doing, which they still haven't really done. They just said it in 2 sentences.
Yeah. How could it be rationalized that this is some kind of a security or because, like, okay, so like, just as a background, like working in like corporate marketing, I've seen credit card fraud. Like, I've seen it happen. I've seen how these attackers will attack companies with credit card fraud. Like, sometimes it's individuals, sometimes it's groups of bad guys, and their goal is to. This is the crazy part. They're not even trying to get rich on it, because they're not getting the money. There's bad guys who will attack a company specifically to discredit that business's credit card processor. Okay.
Really?
And yes. Oh my gosh. I've seen it to the tune of hundreds of, like tens of thousands of dollars. Because in small, I've seen it in small businesses. It normally happens in small businesses where there's a lot of
I can see that now that you say it. Yeah, I can see it with
And so we've been in the conversations, and I like with the credit card brokers, and I've said to these leaderships in credit cards, right? And I've said, like, okay, so what do you do if I'm Sears? Or Sears? What do you do if I'm Macy's? I'm a massive online platform. What are you supposed to tell me? They're like, well, they just make enough money where the credit card processors are going to take them down for it. But if you're a small business and you're not dealing with that much, and you have a fraud attack like this, you're done. Okay. This is Sony we're talking about here. So you could do all the fraud in the world. It won't matter. This is Sony. This is one of the richest companies on the planet. You know, it's like in the top 10 for video gaming on its own. So,
it's top in the video game space. Yeah, for sure. One of the top.
Right. Yeah. Actually, isn't it number 1? Because Nintendo's not even number 1. I think Sony's number 1.
Well, in software sales, Sony falls behind Nintendo. Nintendo's king with software sales.
No, it's it wasn't software, because like Tencent was number 2. It's like I'll have to find it, but it was
Sony itself, because of the music, because of the video, because of the game. Yeah, they're
Sony as I think that's what it is. It's like Sony as a company is bigger than Nintendo. But so how that was the ADHD way to ask the question. How could this DRM prevent fraud? Which is what
it's not. Water finds the lowest point and will seep through. So you can put as many barriers that you want in front. A gamer that wants to pirate your game or do the thing, they will do it. And the people that want to, that's why it's such a small group of people, but people think it's much, like there's tens of millions of people. If that's true, then why would people be buying what they're buying if they could just hack it all the time? You know what I'm saying? Were they lazy? They want to do it one time, but they don't want to do it the other, right? So they do this just like it's the tariffs, right? The tariffs were the reason, and now Nintendo is trying to get money back for the tariffs. You know what I mean? Like it's always something to blame. They have to blame it on something to justify it to you that, oh, well, it's because of people that are jailbreaking their PlayStation 4s because of the Star Wars game. That's what we're up against, right? So that's what they're trying to stop, the fraudulent people. Well, what percentage is that? Tell me, someone write a report. How many people are jailbreaking their PlayStation 5s when the Sony guys will tell you that Sony guys buy games, but yet now they're going to tell you that people are jailbreaking the PlayStation and not buying games. So this is why they have to do it. Which one is it? Are they buying games or are they not buying games? Which one are they doing?
I have no idea. That's the problem, is like what like there's not nearly a strong enough explanation as to why they needed to do this. I want to pull up here's make sure I do this right. Here's Destin here responding to the statement, and he says It doesn't really answer the question,
Yeah, it
but
doesn't
at least they responded to someone. It's like, like it's
And that's
absolutely
enough?
right.
And that's enough.
Well, no. He's joking. He's joking.
I-
Because that's
I-
all it is, man.
Why was it AI or was it people answering them when people asked the question and they all got different answers? Like they said the 30-day wasn't a thing, and then it was a thing, and it's not a thing that Sony's doing, but it is a thing that Sony's doing. But then you have a statement like this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, this is what it is." It's like, is it? Like your own AI staff or whoever was asking questions with the thousands and millions of people asking questions were conflict of interest, like that no one knew what was going on. So now you know what's going on. Like, is this it? And
Yeah.
you didn't tell us anything. You just told us that, yeah, it's 14 days and then 14 days, right? It's 15 days and then it's the other 14 days. And then after the return policy, it's like, okay, great. Fantastic. Why?
So I kind of, as we tie up this one, because I think there's now 100 more points of deep diving required to really dig into this. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean for gaming? I kind of think, and I'm curious to get like both your insight on it, but I kind of think we should still be holding them accountable for this because they snuck it in.
100%.
It's the first step in a revolving DRM. So they should be called out about it. And I think people should continue, at least as far as I'm going to, as far as I will say, is I think people should cancel their PlayStation Plus subscriptions to fight back. They make billions of dollars on PlayStation Plus. And we know that if you hit these corporations in the subscription, they'll buckle. They will buckle. It's the only thing I've seen with my own eyes that these corporations will bend the knee is if you punch them in the subscription.
Go ahead, Tom. You go.
I think I feel like it was in the article we read. It was quells the response. Like it answers it. It's not really the answer. If this was a new feature, why wasn't it actually listed as a feature? I still think that it is enough to say, okay, I don't like what you're doing. I'm going to save my money for 2 months. See
Right.
how things change. I think in situations like this, there's absolutely no reason not to hold your funds for a little bit. Because you know what? I'm very conflicted because the big thing is, why has it taken 4 days for us to get 2 sentences? 4 days for 2
5
sentences.
days.
5 days now
Yeah,
for
now
2
it's 5.
sentences. It really took that long to come up with that answer. It just, everything about it seems malicious. Well, maybe not malicious, but it seems like it's underhanded. There's something about it that is not comfortable. So I'd still comfortably say, like, yeah, no, if you think this is bad, cancel your subscription. I have no problem saying that.
I agree. I agree with what you just said. I think if they were, it's a Trojan horse, right? The only reason they said something 5 days afterwards is because of the push of everyone bringing it up and talking about it and having, right? And which is good. We should have conversation about this stuff. And this is why they're adjusting it, fixing it, telling you another lie, whatever you decide what they're doing. But they did something, right? They came out with the 2 sentences, which is more than they did before. But 100%, nothing happens if you don't do anything, and something happens if you don't buy their stuff. If it's getting a new controller that you're about to get, don't buy that right now, right? If it's a new game you were going to buy, just don't purchase it day one, right? Like Source is coming out with tomorrow. Is that right? Or today or whatever. It's like,
It might be out now.
yeah. So if you were thinking about buying that, and I know the gamers are like, I really want to play that game. Just wait a week. Just wait a week, because companies look at the opening weekends, they look at the first week of sales, they look at all this stuff, right? And if you don't pre-order and you don't buy day one, this is before this all happened. If you just did all this stuff ahead of time, companies would change, just like Wizard's saying, they would change dramatically, all right? Because you're kicking in where it hurts, which is the wallet. And so don't renew your PlayStation Plus for 1 month. Don't buy that controller. Don't buy that game. Don't buy that microtransaction. Whatever it is, just stop. Wait 2 weeks, wait 1 month, just see what it is, because it'll be there when you get back. It's not going anywhere. You can pick it up afterwards, but do it so they know that you mean business. Because if you do care, say something. If you don't care, and people are coming in and then getting more aggravated at us talking about it than them actually doing something about it, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I think. Well, now I think we got to do some follow-up deep dives to see what does this actually what does this actually mean now? And what does the future of gaming look like if we don't fight back? Because this is one of those moments where how gamers respond to this will be the precipitating event into what happens next.
Yes.
Right. And this is if we don't fight back on this now, you Trojan horse, that's the best way to describe it. If this thing doesn't get fought back now, you're just letting them get away with a whole bunch of other stuff. They snuck this in. It was a sneak.
Caught. Yeah, they snuck it in and got caught, and now they're trying to backtrack. That's what people should take away from this.
And it was new. It's not like, oh, hey, this was in the console since 2024. We didn't catch it. It's like, no, you just did it, and we got you. We got you in real time.
Yep.
So I don't know, man, but this is insane. I'm looking forward to deep diving this and calling them out. But Tom, take us back to the chat.
Taking it back to the chat.
All right, so checking in with you guys here. Dynamic pricing, my ass. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, yeah.
So dynamic pricing. So I don't know if you guys know the story on the dynamic pricing, but like another company that got caught doing this was Instacart.
Oh yeah.
Buying groceries, and that's where like the story kind of broke out was they were the ones testing dynamic pricing. There should be laws against that.
Well, Xbox does dynamic pricing as well because they do it a little differently though, because like you can go to your home screen on Xbox and I might have a game on sale and you don't, all depending on what you've played or stuff like that. That's been happening for years.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Because not only do they know and they'll give you a discount on something, but they know, let's say you played an RPG and then another RPG's on the store, they'll be like, just for you, it's 25% off. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know Xbox was doing it.
Yeah,
I knew
Xbox
Sony was
for
doing
years.
It.
Yeah.
See, and I know it started with Doug Bowser before he stepped down. I remember he said, I don't think he said what did he didn't say dynamic, he said variable pricing. Wasn't that his statement that it was like, oh, well, we're playing around with variable pricing, $80 games as people worried. And it's like, okay, so it's actually not even a dynamic pricing, it's variable pricing. They keep getting away with it.
Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Yeah.
You know what? While we're here, because 30 and I don't get to stream together too often. So Tom, before we get into like the other topics that we've got, dude, I want to run this story by you. I'm going to pull it up here. I really want to know what you think. I've talked about this in other videos before. I know you've talked about it on stream before to some extent, but with Nintendo doing the different pricing strategy now with physical versus digital. Here, let me see if I can pull this up. So, all right. So we've got Yoshi's Mysterious Book on the Nintendo Switch 2, right? We know that it's going to be $70 physically, and Nintendo is reducing the MSRP price for the digital versions. Well, now we're seeing $10 off new Switch 2 physical release pre-orders at Walmart. So Walmart is challenging Nintendo's price difference by matching the digital price for the physical edition of the game. What are your thoughts on that, man? Because that's big.
Okay, so are they in cahoots with Nintendo, or are they doing this on their own? No, they're doing this on their own.
They're doing it on. Okay, so the story goes back. So like years ago, like during the Xbox 360 PS3 days, when there was that big push of like, hey, games are going to be digital now. Like we're going to have a digital version and physical, and they told us digital's going to be cheaper. And then
it never happened.
It never happened because Walmart, Target, and all the major retailers teamed up and said, if you offer lower prices on digital, we're taking all your video games and your consoles off the shelves.
Right.
Because you're not gonna undercut us. We're the major retailers. You need us. We don't need you, because it was still the age where physical was winning. Yeah. But now they have conditioned us to buy digital. They've conditioned gamers to just buy digital. That now Nintendo can say, hey, we're actually going to do the price cut because we need to sell Switch 2s and people aren't buying Switch 2s.
Well, that's pretty huge, because that means they're undercutting the actual, the leads here, and they're eating the cost, right? Because Walmart and Target and Best Buy and stuff like that, they have to pay, the full price to get those things in their store, for cost or whatever, right? So they're taking less of a cut just so they can get the sale, because they have these physical discs that are just sitting on their shelves and no one's coming in because everyone's just buying digital, right? So they have to do something. So I think this is very smart on Walmart. It's huge. I want to see how Nintendo reacts to this, though.
There's got to be something, because at first it was the Yoshi game, and we were this news came out. I
didn't know this was all happening. I didn't know this was happening.
Yes, so nobody's talking about it. Like, hey, we're getting a retail fight between Nintendo and Walmart right now in real time, and no one has any idea. So it's because of the price differences of Nintendo is desperate to move Switch 2 consoles. The last news that we got is that it's not selling good enough this year.
32% less in America. Yeah.
Right. So they think that, all right, well, maybe if we cut the price of games, then people will be willing to buy the system, or at least they'll buy more games. Because we're seeing now, have you seen Donkey Kong is on rollback in Walmart?
No.
So all over the United States, you locally.
I did see the Costco thing, though. They had Metroid. Yes. They had something else, like 3 games, right? There was 3 games that were super cheap.
$30.
Yeah.
Yeah, first it was 50, and then it dropped to 30.
Well, stores, a lot of people don't know this, but stores, space on the floor or on the shelf is very, that's huge space for them, right? And if that's just stuff is just sitting there, right? This is why people argue with me all the time. I'm like, the PlayStation Portal's not selling. Everyone's like, it's selling like hotcakes. I'm like, I can go to Costco right now and buy the whole pallet. There's just thousands of them sitting there month after month after month. So it makes sense, because they're like, what are we doing with all this stuff? No one's buying this stuff. We have to move this. This is heavy real estate space that we can put other things here. So it makes 100% that they're doing this. I didn't realize. I saw the Costco thing. Now you're telling me this, and you're telling me about Donkey Kong, and I'm like, that makes, now everything's coming together in my head. It makes total sense why they're doing it.
Dude, I went to, last time I was in Walmart, I don't even have a Switch 2. You best believe I went over to the section to see, is Donkey Kong $50? Because if it is, I'm picking it up. It wasn't, because it's a local thing, so it depends on where you are in the United States. So it might be something like North Dakota, a very obscure Walmart is not moving stock, so now it's down to $50. That is crazy. Remember, I thought Nintendo prices never went down.
They never did. They never go on sale ever.
See, I this is one of those curious situations, because the other thing that people keep talking about with the Switch 2 is everyone keeps on mentioning price increase for the console is going to happen. We're going to see, it's coming, guys. Ooh, it's coming. Get ready, because with everything going on with RAM prices and everything, they're going to have to increase the price of the console. Are they in a position where they can even afford to right now? If they can't even move the games, if the games are dropping down this far that you can go to your big box store and get Legend ZA for $30.
A Pokemon game.
Mainline Pokemon game.
That's crazy.
For the Switch 2. Can you actually, if people aren't buying Switch 2s right now, and there is always the argument of, it's like, okay, there's no games. Even though there is games, it's the games that people don't want.
Right.
Is introducing now a jacking of price to your console, that's going to be turning people off even further. People aren't buying it now. What I'm curious to say is, are they going to have to, how long do you think they're going to, do you think that they may hold out and try to eat the cost on the consoles until a bigger selection of games is happening? Or do you think they're going to wait for, hey, here's the big game that everyone's going to want to buy a Switch 2 for, now we're going to introduce the price increase too?
Oh, 100% they're going to do that. 100%. They'll wait for, I don't know, let's say the next Mario Kart 9 or whatever the hell it's going to be called. That's when they raise the price. They're like, oh, it's only on the Switch 2, right? And you have to raise the price. That's what they did with the Mario Kart World.
With Mario Kart
right?
World,
they raised it up. They raised it to 80. Then they stopped doing the bundle, right? Because people were buying too much of the bundle, and they're like, wait a minute, we're losing out on this. Let's stop the bundles, take it off the shelves, and then make people buy the $80 version instead of the $50 version when they get with the bundle, right? So this is actually big. What you just talked about before, if you stop buying stuff, companies start shaking in their boots, right? Nintendo's not making the sales, software sales not going on. Retail places are like, we have all this stuff, no one's buying stuff. We have to do something about this, right? This is exactly what we're talking about. Like, if you don't buy the stuff or pre-order or day one, stuff like this starts to show up and pop up because they got to move the product. This is why digital is so important to these companies. This is why they want you to check in, because they want to make sure that you're still playing their games or you're still a customer of theirs. And so this is huge. I want to know what Nintendo's going to do to combat the combating from the retail shops.
So Tom and I have pulled this chart up before on stream, but now that like we're here to look at this, right? So this is based on the January financials from Nintendo. I don't see this being updated very soon, right? So we've got, as of pretty much the first 8 months or so, about the first 6 months of Switch 2 being out, it saw 17 million units worldwide. And it moved 37 million, almost 38 million units of games. But that includes digital, that includes the physical, that includes everything. But then if we click, which, I mean, that's impressive. Like that's great. But then if we look at the games, this is telling. So there's 17 million in the hole. Number one, Mario Kart World with 14 million. Now, obviously, most people bought it because they got the bundle.
Yes.
The next runner up is Donkey Kong Bonanza at four and a quarter.
Was that $80 or was that cheaper?
70.
That was 70. And under that is ZA, which was discounted in Costco down to $30, followed by Kirby Air Riders, which is under 2 million units, which was also discounted down to $30. So your number 4 and number 5 best-selling game on the Switch 2 was discounted down to $30.
Wow.
That's telling, man. That is extremely telling.
Yeah. And I think it shows it. Does it show on there for the Switch numbers? Because that specifically is showing the Switch 2 version of the Pokemon game. So I don't know. Does it? It may not even show what the normal Switch version of
70 million units for Mario Kart 8. Jeez.
And therein lies the reality. This is why Mario Kart is $80.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why the Switch 2 went up in price as well.
Yep, because almost, we're closing in on 100 million units.
That's a lot of games, man.
That's a lot of games. And of course, Animal Crossing crushed it. Super Smash Brothers, Zelda. Do you know what this means? That means if they put out an Animal Crossing, that would be a system seller.
It would, but not for $550.
I actually don't know. I don't know if it would be anymore.
Yeah.
The Animal Crossing succeeded because it was a lightning in a bottle moment in time.
Yeah,
the
COVID.
Switch was extremely approachable. A lot of people either had Switches or they had a family member at home during the lockdown that had a Switch, or they got a Switch Lite. You had a different price point option to get a Switch. So that's where it was, you had that moment to get your cozy gamer. The New Horizons was because of the time. There's currently 2 games like Animal Crossing on the Switch 2 right now. You have Pokepia, which is exclusive to the Switch 2, and then there's that Tomodachi game, which I believe is on the Switch 1 and Switch 2. So even if they released a new Animal Crossing, I don't think it's doing the same numbers that the first one did, because the market is saturated. You have games similar to it that people are already saying, hey, this game blows Animal Crossing New Horizons out of the water. And I don't see Animal Crossing making massive jumps in innovation to challenge these games. So I don't even think Animal Crossing would solve it. I remember there was a leak. There was the leak a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, saying that we're looking at a remaster, a remake of Ocarina of Time, and we're getting a new Star Fox game. And now I know things have gone through to say that was basically bait to see who would be leaking things. So we don't know the validity of any of that. But all I could think is you're going to need a remake of Ocarina of Time to get people to buy the Switch 2 if you're going to increase the prices. Because you have a mainline Donkey Kong game, you have a mainline Pokemon game, you have a Mario Kart game exclusive to the Switch 2. People aren't buying the console. People aren't getting the games.
Well, and now we see you've got Costco making discounts, you've got Walmart making discounts. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, people thought I was joking when I was like, the system's not selling. Right? Everyone's like, because I remember when we were looking at the Switch 1, we could not. I had to wait in lines out of Kohl's to try to get a copy of, you know, a unit, and it was fighting. Yeah, it was like a lottery. They come outside if you were like, enough people are in line. They're like, "Here's your ticket. This is guaranteed you. If you don't get this, it's like a mad rush to where we have left." Right? That didn't happen. Switch 2. Right? Everyone's like, "Oh, they're selling so much." I'm like, I can literally go to the store right now and buy like 2 copies of it. What are you guys talking about? I don't understand. Maybe, like you said earlier, maybe like Utah or South Dakota, they were like selling out because there was only like 5 units. But like here in Florida, I was like, I could go to any store and just pick up a Switch 2. It wasn't like this dire need for it. It wasn't this shortage that it was with PlayStation 5 when it started, or the Xbox when it started. So everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no, they're selling like crazy." I'm like, no, they're not, man. They're not selling like crazy. There's tons of them just sitting in stores. You can just go buy one right now.
Yeah,
this proves it. 17 million units, and they actually, I remember them. They thought they were going to sell 19 million the first year, and then they lowered it to 12, and then it raised back up to 14, right? So now, and now it says 17. So they overshot, then they undered it, and now they're back to what they thought they were going to be.
You know, this is it's oh man, gaming's never been better. It's like, I don't know, these companies, all 3 major companies are having real problems, but I think, you know, we'll keep watching this. I did want to run through it with you while we were together. Tom, I think take us back to the chat real quick.
Yeah, of course. We're going to take it back to the chat.
Very professional.
So, 30, I don't know how much time we have with you here. If you want to, you know, you're welcome to hang out with us because we're going to talk some more stuff.
I would love to hang out with you, but I actually have a game thing I do with my brother on Wednesdays nights called Shooting with Sarge. So there's a curse word in there. So we're going to play some State of Decay 2. So.
All right. Well, then we'll send you over that way.
And I appreciate you very much for having me. Come on, just talk a bit.
No, thank you for jumping in. It was like perfect timing because we were going through it all in real time. You had a lot of insight to bring in. Guys, watching us now, go check out my friend here, 30 NSG here on YouTube. Is there anywhere else you are, or it's
just YouTube
primarily?
Yeah, just YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, but I don't care about that stuff. So
we're gonna get your link in the chat here. But you know, thanks for jumping on, man. We'll send you the link and bring you in later.
Yep. Take care, chat. Later.
See you later, man. All right, Tom, go ahead and start pulling up some chats here while I get some stuff on the backside working.
The backside. What's going on, chat? How's it going? Again, we are still. This is a new channel because the other one was being real rude about us having lives and everything like that. I see somebody saying to show feet. We're not going to do that. In fact, chat, can we get some Fs in the chat? No showing feet around here, okay?
Wait, do we have a clip for that, Tom?
I don't think we.
Do we have?
Oh, we have. I mean, we have. We could do this.
Wait,
yeah.
where'd you get that piano?
That's what you get for asking for feet. Deceptijohn's got the idea, not for free, anyways. All right,
not for free. This is a non-monetized channel we're on.
This is get out of here. No, but actually, I think you know, while you're getting everything, I think I heard there was some breaking news.
Is there breaking news?
Yeah, there's actually breaking news.
We'll take us to the breaking news then, if it's breaking.
Yeah.
This is.
Do you believe hot dogs classify as tacos? Well, if you said yes to that question, a new study says you're an idiot. Find out more tonight at 11.
Well, that's the breaking news. Apparently, if you think that hot dogs are tacos, the study says that you're an idiot. Wizard, what do you have to think about that?
I feel very attacked right now, Tom. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty attacked right now. What's wrong? You are you
Hold
there?
on, for
What-
some
what
reason,
happened?
My headphones went out. Thank you, StreamYard.
Oh man, so I'm talking to myself. I feel attacked, and then he abandoned me and can no longer hear. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's gone. Well, my friends, this is not only is this our first show on the new Fake Wizards live channel, it is also our most professional to date. You heard it here. This is our most professional stream to date. And you know what? I'm excited. We're actually having a really great time. Having a good time here. Are you back?
I think I'm back. Please don't tell me I'm a robot.
No, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay. Were you defending? Were you going?
I said I feel attacked right now. You said, yeah.
You think that hot dogs
Are tacos.
are classified as tacos?
Absolutely, they're classified as tacos. Yes.
Oh well,
You have a bread with meat in the middle. Yes.
It's not. Well, that's not what a taco is now, is it?
Well, it's also curved. It has the curvature.
Okay,
Okay.
but when you think of a taco, isn't defined by the shape of it?
Okay, but you can have soft. Can you not have soft tacos?
Okay, but is that bread?
It's a type of bread. It's
I don't-
wheat and or corn based.
Okay, wait. Is a wrap a bread?
Yes,
No, that's a wrap. That's a.
but it's a
different thing.
type of bread.
That is not. No, that's a bread is bread.
Okay, is the bread connected as it wraps around?
Yes.
Okay, let me put it this way. Here's my philosophy. On a hot dog, you have your hot dog bun. If the bread splits and you have two buns, it is now a sandwich.
Get out of here! Get out of here with that BS! What the?
It is now
So
a sandwich.
you're
If it
telling me
splits-
that in real time, in actual
real time.
time, if you all right, you're at the cookout. I gotta stop myself. I'm almost swearing here. If you're at the cookout and someone gives you, hey, we're passing out the hot dogs, and of course they bought the cheap buns. They bought the cheap buns, and you take it and you pick it up, and up the seam splits. It's now a sandwich. It's no longer a taco. It's now a sandwich.
That is correct. If it splits, you're eating a sandwich. You're eating
Well,
a hot dog sandwich.
Thank goodness that new study came out, because you are definitely an idiot. That breaking news couldn't have come at a better time, because that's something an idiot would say.
He's fired. It's my show now. Lock it in, chat. It's my show now. Okay, now we'll bring it back on. That's fine.
Yeah. Do you have the next story pulled up, or do you what do you want to talk about? Do we have a couple of things still left on the docket?
We do. We got to get into the thing on the thumbnail then, because we're running out of time.
We are running out of time, so yeah, we should get into that. So do you want to pull that up?
We got Annie in the chat says, yup, split bread equals sandwich. Thank you. 100%. I stand by it.
Guys, listen, no matter what you thought,
But is a hot dog a salad? No, because there needs to be lettuce for a salad.
it doesn't change the fact that the breaking news just happened, so we have the report. So,
We have breaking news again.
no, that was the breaking news that reported that if you think that a taco and a hot dog are in the same classification, we know what the study says.
I disagree with the study. I'm an anomaly.
Do we need to go back to the breaking news to hear it again?
I think we got to play it again for everybody that just joined, because we have people that are joining right now.
All right, well, we got some big breaking news that we're debating over. Here we go.
Do you believe hot dogs classify as tacos? Well, if you said yes to that question, a new study says you're an idiot. Find out more tonight at 11.
Yeah, that's incorrect. Yeah, you didn't cite your sources there.
It's
not
the
peer
sources are coming at 11, buddy.
Yo, chat knows what's up. It says show the study. Show the study, Tom.
What time is it? 8:13? It's not 11 o'clock. What did he say at the end of it? He said, "Find me out at 11." It's too early. This was the news.
It's barometers are falling sharply.
Listen, News
We need
Wizard.
that clip too.
News Wizard just gave us the latest drop. we got the fake Wizard Man, and now he's News Wizard. All right. He's gonna talk about it at 11.
I don't know. This is our first and last show. Let's get to the news. We're not even monetized for this, Tom.
Yeah, I know, and it's the most professional stream, not on the platform, but on the internet.
What do we got?
Oh, I thought you were pulling it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up.
Yes.
Embarrassing. You'd
The-
think I would
the
have everything
most
prepared and ready to go.
Professional stream.
Okay, here we go.
Across all platforms, because we're on also hello to the people that may not be on YouTube right now. We're on multiple places. There he is.
All right,
The
so I
great
can't
Grimace.
believe we're talking about this, but this is huge, huge with a Y. This is a big deal, right? My favorite marketing campaign of all time is back, and that is the Grimace Shake and the Grimace Menu. Flashback, I think, what was it, 2022? Oh gosh, when was it? 2022?
2 or 3? No, it was actually 3. It was 23.
2023, June 12th of 2023 was the original Grimace Shake. This is my favorite marketing strategy of all time, but it looks like they're doing some kind of gross things now this time around. I mean, look at this food. That looks like a pretty patty. That looks disgusting. The Grimace Shake is back, and the some kind of a
Ice purple
pie.
cream cheese dash.
Yeah, that burger looks disgusting. Don't eat that burger. I can't imagine that's good for you in any way at all.
Well, so here's
Actually, all of this is poison.
no. Well, actually, what's crazy? So this is exclusive. We don't know. Maybe we get it in the U.S., but this is in Germany. So this is a German exclusive. Hence why it is not in English on the Grimace pocket pie. So there's actually a chance that it probably is going to be real ingredients as opposed to the American food standards. There's a very good chance that this actually may be properly done. Although the purple bun is concerning to say the least. Actually, you know what's more concerning? It's not the bun. It's what I presume is cheese.
Yeah. Look
Also
at that colored
being-
cheese, dude.
And what on the underside of it, it looks like it's like a Resident Evil menu item, like it's leaking out from the bottom. It's like, ooh.
Oh wait, look at the goo in the lettuce here. Look at that sauce.
I'd eat it.
The sauce, the cheese. There's ketchup underneath it, and whatever this was covered. They they covered up the 100% whatever cow
fine.
label.
100% beef.
So, all right. So, McDonald's unveils new Grimace menu featuring a purple barbecue burger with purple cheese in Germany. It also contains a Grimace Shake and purple cream cheese pie. Now, obviously, this is Germany. It's not America, but that's okay. What this did give us the opportunity to talk about, though, is seriously, and I've talked about this on streams before. This is one of my favorite marketing campaigns of all time. I wish Isaac was here so we could talk about this again, because we talk about this often. Okay, you had back in 2023. Back in 2023, we had the Grimace Shake came out the first time, and it was just a regular, hey, Grimace. McDonald's is just trying to bring Grimace back into the McDonald's marketing, right, as a character. And what happened was, the internet took over and went bananas. And so we're gonna play here what happened. Now here's the crazy part here. These kids, I'm gonna say kids because most of them are kids. These kids, and Tom, let me know if there's audio coming through. There should be audio here. This was not entirely planned. McDonald's didn't plan for this to happen. It's just social media does what social media does, and this took off like lightning. This is if you work in marketing, this is what you want to happen, and it happened, man, to insane levels. Let's go ahead and give this a play. Let me know if audio.
What's up, guys? We just got
it's playing.
McDonald's. Happy birthday, Grimace. We're gonna give it a try. Seems like it's good.
Just got the new Grimace shake. We're gonna give it a try.
Hey guys, today we're trying a new Grimace drink from McDonald's. First sip, here we go.
I love how the progression of it, because you had some stinkers where it's just like a guy like it's not good. The amount of people that went like, I'm going to go full cinematography on this. I'm getting multiple shots. I'm gonna make a mini horror movie right now. I love what they did with this. And I remember you specifically sending me about it, and I remember you were like, hey, when are you gonna do yours? Because I remember you were specifically like, I'm assuming that you're gonna do this, and I was like, I never did. I remember that was a time where I was really trying not to get fast food. But I will say, the shake itself, I actually did really like the Grimace shake. I thought it was a good. I liked it. I did like it.
It was good. I can't imagine it's going to be as good as it was back then.
No,
but yeah, let's continue enjoying some of these.
So I got the new Grimace shake. Happy birthday, Grimace. Let's give it a taste. That's pretty good.
Hey, what's going, y'all, boys? Today we just caught the new Grimace shake. We gonna see what that junk talking about.
There is no explanation. And so, okay, so like from a marketing perspective, I just want you to imagine you work at McDonald's marketing department and you're like, hey, we're trying to bring Grimace back. We want to look, McDonald's has all these characters. Okay, look, I'll even switch. Yeah, we work at McDonald's here, and we want to bring the characters back into the zeitgeist. We have all these character IPs, and well, Grimace hasn't really done anything in a long time. We want to bring him back in. Let's do Happy Birthday, Grimace. It's Grimace's birthday. And TikTok took this simple idea and turned it into that if you drink the Grimace birthday shake, you die a horrible death.
Not only a horrible death, but an unexplained tragedy. And you're you're just covered in the Grimace shake. It is. You know what I always loved about the Grimace shake stuff? It always looked like a alternate reality of the Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
Of what happens if the ooze got out. It's like
Like
that's the one I usually think of, is the guy in the hoop.
With the dramatic music.
Happy birthday, Grimace. Happy birthday, brother.
Can't use copyright music.
Happy birthday, Grimace!
Go!
Oh, let's go see what it is.
Why? It's legendary, dude. I love this. I love that they brought it back. You know, it's clearly it's just in Germany, but if you work in marketing, you want something like this to take off, because now not only are you going to have people going and buying your stuff just to try to recreate these for the lulz and for the memes, but you're going to have a lot of just like regular kids who want to just go try this. It actually, the impact that this promotion had was the same as, you know, now we could look in hindsight, this was the same kind of marketing strategy like chicken jockey.
Oh.
But that's what you want. If you're a
Oh.
business person, that's the kind of explosion of meme culture that you want, where it's just so silly. Although this one has more class to it because there's a story there. There's a mysterious story of like, did Grimace kill all of these people? Why is Grimace killing Gen Zers?
Was it Grimace himself? Who is doing this?
Yeah, who's doing all of the killing?
Just got these 3 new Grimace shakes. We're gonna be trying one here.
Why did you have to
Just
get
got this.
3?
Happy birthday, Grimace. Here we go. Okay. This is pretty.
Trying to be Grimace.
Oh,
But,
man.
all right, man. I saw that and I was kind of excited. We had to talk about this. It's really great viral marketing.
Well, okay, here's the thing. You just brought it up from a marketing aspect. This has been 2023. 2023 is when all of that is happening. Why do you think that they haven't made it a yearly menu item then? It's Grimace's birthday. It's Grimace's shake. Why wouldn't you do it every single year?
I could think of a bunch of reasons. So maybe let's talk about it from like maybe legal standpoint. We're lucky we didn't hear about some kids on the news taking this too far. Like there's that. There's the angle of it can go too far. There's also the angle of, well, we don't need to burn. Like this is a trend we've created. We don't need to have this. If we overdo it, it'll burn out. Think of the Shamrock Shake. Shamrock Shake a couple of years ago was a big deal. Now, not so much. Now they bring it back. It's an easy menu item, but you know this. What you're seeing here is a full-on campaign, right? The Shamrock Shake is just a menu. It's a regular menu item. It's not that big a deal. So, I don't know about. You don't want to overdo it. It's a special thing. It was lightning in a bottle. You probably can't recreate it. What's the possibility of some kid taking it too far? They lost complete control of the actual narrative. You know, whereas it was Happy Birthday Grimace, Gen Z turned it into Grimace murders children.
Well, I think it's the sad part is that when it first started, it would be trying out the Grimace shake. Pretty good. Happy birthday, Grimace. And then that's where the cut would be. So it was after you say happy birthday, Grimace is where things get bad. Or no, they would say happy birthday, Grimace, and then drink and be like, wow, this is, and then cut to that.
It's like South Park. You look in the mirror and say Biggie Smalls 3 times and he appears.
Yeah. And now
Butters.
he can't get to his party.
And now he can't get to his party.
No, because they had, so last year they had a whole McDonald Land campaign. And there was the Mount McDonald Land shake. And I remember people tried to do this again, and it just didn't stick at all. No one was talking about it again. It turned into you're just trying to bring that back, you know. But no, this was a limited time thing. I'm gonna say it again. I liked the Grimace shake. It was one of those. It was this weird like flavor thing where if you ate it with something, it would change the flavor profile of it. It was basically, from what I remember, like a Fruit Loop shake. I remember it tasting like Fruit Loops.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
But yeah, no, the happy birthday, Grimace.
But yeah, so we wanted to talk about that a little bit, but we do have a bunch of stuff we got to get to. Tom, you got the next story pulled up?
Let me grab that because
it's getting late. We got more news to get through.
We got more news, so let us quickly just get back to the news. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 ratings collapse by 50%.
Okay. It's coming to us from geeksandgamers.com, written by a friend of the channel, Marvin Montanaro. Now we have ratings on the Daredevil Born Again show. What a pile of crap this show is. It always has been bad. It has continued to be bad. The people that have created this, the writers behind this show should be banned from ever lifting a pencil again. I feel that way about many shows. But Tom, what is your takeaway to learn that 50% of an already pathetic number hasn't come back. What are your thoughts there?
So I remember there was another metric being thrown around, which I assume Marv is going to talk about, but I'm going to be so for real. I thought it would be more. I really thought there would be a higher drop off than 50% because this show, I'm curious, what does the half-life look like from the first episode of Daredevil Born Again? Because I think this is looking at the entire runtime. I don't know how the metric is being done, but I think it was like the runtime of the series as a whole. I'm so curious how many people watched the first episode of the first season and how many people are watching it now. What does the half-life look? Because we know there always is a drop-off from the beginning throughout the first season. But now from the first season to the second, I'm curious what did it look like actually in its height?
I don't have that in front of me, but we know that it wasn't doing well before. And right now, when you consider the fact of if we look at like the top 10, right, which that's really the big metric, is your show, your hundreds of millions of dollars worth of show, has it made the top 10 in streaming? On Disney Plus, the last time we checked, Daredevil was number 4 on their platform, and Maul is number 1, and Maul is not in the top 10. So that is dramatically bad for Daredevil Born Again. And this show is boring.
I think there's something to be said that the Acolyte came back up onto the charts from the amount of people watching Maul.
On Disney. You got to be specific.
On Disney.
Because that's a really big statement. What you
because there's no other way to watch those. That you'd be able to. So on Disney Plus, the Acolyte came back onto the Disney Plus top 10. I should clarify, and that was basically from people watching Maul because it would then autoplay after you watched the most recent episode of Maul. It would go to the Acolyte. So that is the level of viewership is. What can get on the top 10? Okay, well, this one show that, if people don't click off of fast enough will autoplay. That's now in the top 10. There's nothing really else competing for it. But let's get into it. Season 2 viewership drops nearly in half. According to a new reported streaming data from Luminate, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has taken a massive ratings hit across every major metric. Season 2 has reportedly accumulated 4.5 million season views, 10.8 million hours watched, and 652 million minutes watched. There he is. There's the guy.
Let's scroll back up there. Okay, so put this into perspective, right? Because we talked about this with Starfleet Academy, right? This Season 2 has accumulated 4.5 million season views. To put that into perspective, the Real Life Fake Wizard channel cleared, which, mind you, I'm just a guy wearing a Spirit Halloween wizard outfit. I don't have a however millions of dollars budget, but my Real Life Fake Wizard channel cleared I believe it was over 2.5 million views in the month of March. So that means we're doing Disney Plus numbers even on a channel that has just a guy wearing a fake wizard outfit. I can't imagine what some of my friends are doing with numbers who are larger channels than me. Right? So that, like, once again, like with the Starfleet Academy conversation, right? We now know that it only got a lifetime of 400,000 views, and it was averaging about 40,000 views of an episode, right? So we clear that in a single video. So now we are living in a reality where we're competing with Daredevil for viewership. I think that is insane. That's craziness, dude. Could you imagine, like, just Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, Disparu, heel versus babyface. I mean, you look at some of these guys that have bigger channels than mine. Geeks and Gamers, Side Scrollers, WDW Pro, all clearing more views per month than Disney Plus's Daredevil show. This is some serious stuff. So when we look online, and I kind of want to take it into a different, swing it into a different angle, because we're going to talk more about the story stuff on Friday anyway, right? But consider it this way. When you go on Twitter and you see all of the people that are advocating for this show, which with each show, there's less and less and less of them. That's it. That's the audience that's watching these shows. It's a small group of people who are either addicted to this stuff and like that's their thing, and they're hyper attuned and hyper viewers, or they're bots talking about it. And we've run into quite a number of them. So I don't know, man. I think this is insane. I think this is totally wild.
It is. I'll say this. Is it surprising though?
Maybe.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm not surprised to hear this because it being Daredevil and the numbers we got from last year. If I remember correctly, and I may get this, I may not be 100% on this, but from my memory, wasn't it like 99 on of like the top 100 streaming shows the first season last year? Like it was literally like on the very end of the like maybe it was the Nielsen's ratings. I could have sworn it was like literally like the 99th percentile on everything that came out last year. 92.
Yeah, all right, so hold on. Daredevil Born Again 2025, so this is last year, this is season 1, ranked number 92 on Nielsen's top 100 most watched streaming cable shows for 2024 to 2025. It garnered 5.8 million views and trailed behind fellow Marvel series Agatha All Along, which was 45th. Daredevil is losing nearly 50 places to Agatha All Along. Real quick here, because I One Winged Angel 69, I see it in the comments here. Honestly, Disney knew this would be niche. I love this show on Netflix, and I love it on Disney Plus. Haters gonna hate. Okay, so hang on there. Couple things. Number one, I'll speak for both Tom and I. We both love Daredevil on Netflix. Like, loved it. That show was fantastic. 3 banger seasons. And I also didn't hate Defenders. I like Defenders, man. And I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you feel like you're getting your money's worth out of this show. Absolutely. Disney knew that it would be niche, but they didn't think it was going to be this niche. We know because this show is not cheap. They're filming on location all over New York City, time and time and time again. Okay, so it's very expensive. That filming in New York is not cheap. Filming on location is not cheap. Then they're in New York. It is pricey. That is pricey. So they knew it'd be niche, but not like this. Not like this. Remember, they don't do things for tiny audiences. They do things to build big audiences because they're trying to sell Disney Plus. So that being said, you take it back to the context of this show. This show is so hollow. It has done so much damage to the actual characters and what they represent that by no means can I say it's as good as the previous 3 seasons. No way. The buildup of season 3, each episode compounding on the threats in front of us. Wow. And then the buildup to an incredible finale. Season 3 is outstanding for Daredevil Netflix. So no way. Tom, you were saying?
I don't remember I don't remember exactly what I was saying because you reignited the whole like, oh yeah, this show. Oh well, okay. My issue with this show is that we have seen that it could be extremely good. because the first 3 seasons of the show, it's something that we've talked about in the separately, but this show and this season should have been awesome. There's no reason for it to be the way that it is. And to say that, like, oh, it's not on par with the Netflix series. The literal first season starts off with them retroactively removing anything about the first season. All this season has, like, not all of this season, but the season being so heavily kind of member buried to season 1. Like, it shows that they screwed up with the first season. The concept of, hey, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is now the mayor, and now he's going after vigilantes, is a good concept for a show. There's no vigilantes to be going after. There's so many things about it that, like, really irk me, and I'll save it for now so we could actually look at the actual statistics behind it. But this show is like you said, it's hollow. It's a shell of what once was, and it's as someone who really, really loved the first 3 seasons, I don't know how to watch it without thinking you are parading around the corpse of something I love, you know. But
that's how it feels.
Let's get into these numbers, because this is the season 2, and I'm curious to see what exactly are the numbers for season 1. So season 1 had 8.3 million season views, 24 million hours watched, and 1.44 billion minutes watched. Complete and total collapse from the Marvel series. Depending on the metric, the decline ranges from 46% to nearly 55%. However you break it down, the Daredevil Born Again ratings trajectory is heading in the... however you break it down, the Daredevil Born Again ratings trajectory is heading in the wrong direction.
Yep.
Yeah, that is...
Wait, what was number 1? Season 1 was 8.3 million.
8.3 million down to 4.5.
Yep. Yeah. So now, okay, hey, guess what? Daredevil is now in YouTuber territory, and we know that it's an expensive show. I was trying to pull up the data here to see if we actually have a real budget. We don't have an official budget. So.
And this is, well, because I think, did they get because from our knowledge, they're currently making season 3 of this right now.
Oh yeah, they're filming on location right now.
They're doing the filming on location, so it's not even a thing of that you can't even really clip it right now. They're already in production. You know, this isn't a Starfleet Academy where, you know, it's like, hey, all right, this is so bad, we're not doing a season 3. No, we're getting a season 3, and you've said it before. We're never getting Daredevil again after this.
Yeah, I said it on FNT last week. I've said it on our shows, man. Hey, Daredevil fans out there, enjoy it. Oh, man, really enjoy it. Enjoy it while you got it. We are never seeing Daredevil again after this is done because the ratings are in the toilet. These are bad ratings. Which is I couldn't fathom this, man. I really couldn't fathom the idea that I mean, we're down in YouTube territory. I didn't think that was possible, but we really are. We've always been able to say, like, oh man, it's so bad, like nobody's watching this. It's like, oh no, wait, now we really are getting down to the no one's watching. So you know, this is you know, you used to watch television. You look at something like Game of Thrones. And when you were at work and around the water cooler and you talk about it, everybody watched Game of Thrones, so you're able to talk about the show. Now, when you're at work, it's like, hey, anybody watch Daredevil? And nobody even knows what it is. So, yeah, I got a comment here. I want to read this. Yeah, but Disney has so much cash on hand, it doesn't really matter if they get wasteful. Kind of like how Microsoft can just keep making Xbox regardless of how piss poor the sales are. Can they? That's a really good one. All right, so let's look at that, right? Not to pivot, because I'm sorry to say you're dead wrong. You and with all due respect, you don't know what you're talking about. Asha Sharma Twitter. No, you spell it right. Come on, where's the lady from Xbox? Where is she? Here we go. Because she just tweeted this a few minutes ago. Like literally while we were live, this went up. Yeah, let me share my screen. So you say that they've got the infinite money glitch. Well, I'm here to say that's not the case. Here we go. This is the CEO of Xbox right here. This is while we were live. Xbox earnings today. While we have made progress expanding the business and our margins, player and revenue growth has not yet met our ambition. We know we have work to do to earn every player today and into the future. They literally brought her in because Xbox is bleeding money and they don't want to keep bleeding money. Believe me, if she fails, Xbox is dead. So the idea that, oh, well, it's all right, these mega corporations just have all this money to burn. No, they still report back to shareholders, and the shareholders are starting to not be happy. Finally, the shareholders are starting to not be happy and attempt to hold the companies accountable that they're investing in. Tiny. It's like a tiny amount. It's not real. Like it's not a whole lot, but it is happening, and it's worth taking note of. So it's actually something very, very to be interesting to be aware of. Okay, things are not working out for these companies, and they can't. Okay, yeah, they've got money to burn. You think they're going to burn hundreds of millions of dollars for 4 million views? Gosh, no. That's nuts.
I think we've it kind of ties back to the whole you have this is better numbers than Starfleet Academy, but Starfleet Academy they cut because of how bad it was, the number viewership is.
The Afterlight was better and they cut that.
And also, we've actually seen what Disney will do if nobody watches it. They'll completely delete it. They'll take it off the platform so you can't watch it again at all. What happened with Willow? Right. What happened with all of those like Disney Plus shows to watch? All the quirky Disney Plus shows. Is the Jeff Goldblum show still on there, or did they take that one down?
I think that's a good question. Is it still up?
Because I know Willow's gone.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which was a weird idea for a show. It got 2 seasons and it's still on Disney Plus. Wait. Disney took it down.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So actually, sure, they're sure they do have the infinite money glitch, but they'll cut this as a loss for tax purposes if they need to. They've done it before.
Dude, you know what this means? Like, that was one of their big headliner shows, The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Willow, I think there was some other ones, like, same with both of them. Disney Plus, you had HBO Max, this whole...
Wow.
And that got 2 seasons, too.
2 seasons, and they've delisted it. I can't believe that. That was like one of the headline shows. When you opened up the app, there he was. There was Jeffy.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. I can't believe that. That's insane. Wild. My mind is blown right now, dude. Tom?
It's not right.
Tom? Not right. I don't know, man. But Daredevil's a mess. More like a fake news wizard. No, it's fake wizard news. We're not doing fake news. We got real news that just happens to be reported by a fake wizard.
This is some real gripping news. And I think we should, we got time for a final thing.
We do?
I think we do. Do we not?
Oh no, we do. I was just being facetious.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know if you were gonna be like, actually, we gotta go now.
No. I was messing.
No,
I was being a silly goose.
So, all right. So I think for the final root of the night, let's
all right.
let's get to the news. The real important things to talk about. They're doing a coming soon in preparation for May the 4th. We're getting new Mandalorian Crocs to get ready for the Mandalorian and Grogu. Look at them. You got the Hyperspace Classic Clog, the Grogu Classic Clog, and the Mandalorian Classic Clog.
They're doing the Hasbro crap. They're doomed.
Do you ready? I'm curious because Crocs has a stupid amount of collabs right now. If we scroll up here and just look at like sale, I guarantee we'll be able to find like some collab Croc for dirt cheap. How cheap do you think the Mandalorian and Grogu Croc is going to go?
Look, guys, I just put in the chat here, there's a poll over on YouTube. Will you be buying the Mando Crocs? Let us know. We need to know if you're getting them, because I could tell you, for me, not a chance. Not a chance am I getting these Crocs. Now, like, Tom, what is the deal with Crocs? There's this fascination with, like, and these collabs are a big deal. Like, what is going on here? Like, why do people buy all these Crocs?
So Crocs are they're a fashion item. We have lived through the current timeline. There was, I want to say, around pre-2017, if you wore Crocs, you were a weirdo. No one liked Crocs back then. If you were wearing Crocs, there was a preconception that you were dirty. I remember.
All right, well, let's not attack Croc wearers.
No. As in, wearing Crocs makes your feet dirty. Like it's very easy to like get like, I remember seeing things about people like, because if you didn't wear socks with them, you'd get like really dirty. But then also, if you wore socks with Crocs, you were a weirdo. So it was an extremely odd item for a very long time. I know that Crocs had it, they have their like work version for areas, because the whole thing about them is they have like the no slip version, so you can wear in like hospitals or food places and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they still have them. But around 2018 to 2019 was where there was the pivot into Crocs are a thing now. You wear socks.
Yeah, you weren't wearing socks if you got dirty feet.
Sometimes people don't wear them without socks. Because there was the meme of tourists in other countries or on the beach. The old guy is wearing khaki shorts and Crocs with black socks. That was a thing. That was a whole thing of that. It's like, oh, you were a loser for doing these things. But there was a whole a psyop, if you will, where people started wearing Crocs again, and then since 2019. They're all the rave now, where everything's got a collab. Everybody's got who doesn't have a pair of Crocs? Do you at home? Do you have a pair of Crocs? Odds are, probably yeah. And I think part of it is they get extremely cheap. You're able to buy them for pretty, like, let's take a peek-see here. Let's take a peek-see. What's the cheapest we're doing? 20% off, $40.
So retail's 50.
Retail's 50, but you can, the kid sizes, you can get them cheap. They're also for kids. There's a kid component to it. But in this,
telling me there's a fry component to this?
There's a fry component of that, and you got the little you can customize them. They're a customization thing. You get the little icons to put on your shoe. The gibbets, indeed, and they got the and they have all of the collabs.
Add that to your cart right now. Add it to your cart.
Wait a minute, they got Pokemon. Hold on, everybody.
These are going to sell out, Tom.
Hold on, everybody.
To get them now.
Light up Pikachu. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Classic Clog. We need these right now.
Sold out.
Only a few. Oh, it's only a few, guys. We got to get them right now. What else? What else is there? They got the Pokemon.
All of them and more.
Consume. That's
Consume.
You audience member, buy.
Have you brought shareholders value today?
Have you contributed to the shareholders? Yes. Good.
All right. Well, but there's another angle to this, Tom. There's even more, right? So there's this promo, right? But then there's also, yeah, very nice. If I share my screen here, there is the Toy Story Jesse Croc, dude. And this is, I know it doesn't say the price here. Oh no, it does. $130. $130 for the Toy Story Jesse Crocs. And I gotta know, Tom, how many pairs are you buying?
Well, obviously, I'm going to go to several Croc stores, and I'm going to buy out all of one specific size, and I'm going to hold on to half of them, but I'm going to sell half of them immediately, because that's what you do as a high value flipper, as myself would do. But I'm so excited for the Jesse Croc. I couldn't be more. If I was more excited for the Jesse Croc, they would have to put me in a mental facility. That's how excited I am.
That's how excited I am.
They would go. He's not adjusted if he's this excited. We got to put him away.
We have to say it right. It's not a Croc. It's a Croot.
Croot.
Oh. That's
I'm
even worse.
I'll be honest. All right.
Be honest.
I'll be honest. I own a pair of Lightning McQueen Crocs. I do. I do. And I actually have zero problem saying it. I fought tooth and nail to get my Lightning McQueen Crocs because you can't actively buy them. They make them. They're only available for a specific point in time. I did not get the Mater Crocs. Are you a flipper, Tom? Are you a confirmed scalper? I'm actually not. No, this is a bit. This is a joke. I'm not joking about the Lightning McQueen Crocs though. I do own those.
He does own those.
I do own those, and let me tell you
the
amount of compliments I've gotten from them too. Walking into Wendy's, the guy who the one worker who's having a smoke break complimented those Crocs. All right, they are fashion. I'm not gonna. If anyone comes in the chat after me, just know you're already wrong. But it's another step of this is just like consumerism. Guys, buy the product. You know you want it. Don't you love Mandalorian and Grogu? It's always said with like it always has that like sterile feel behind it where it's just like this is to move product. Don't you want product?
Look, I'll say Crocs are comfortable when you need to run back out to the car and you don't want to put your shoes on, but you're just grabbing something out of the car and you're coming back in the house. That's about all they're good for, personally. Look, if people like the Crocs, people like to collect the Crocs, but that's not even it. There's actually more here. There's more Toy Story ones, but I don't think I could see them from this side of the menu.
I think what this
Toy Story.
I don't have the full numbers or I don't have the information or the wisdom to really give the full take on this, but everything that Croc's doing is something that we've been thinking. Hold on a second. They were not really complimenting you. They were being sarcastic. You weren't there to say that, John. How do you know the tone he said it in?
Why don't you tell me?
Why don't you tell me? So I said to the guy, I'm looking for the saucy nugs, and he says, you got a nice pair of Crocs there. Yeah, no, I was there.
Dude, there's Woody Crocs. I thought it was only the Alien and the Jesse Croots, but now we're seeing in real time. This is discovery in real time that you can get adult Buzz Lightyear Crocs, and you can get adult.
Where is my wallet?
Where is my credit card?
Where's my credit card?
Get grandma's credit card. We need the Woody Crocs.
I need 15 pairs. Goes up to a 12. Wow.
No, that's a woman's 12. It's a woman's 12.
Oh, what's the men's?
It goes
to a 17.
17.
Mama mia, paisanos. Hey, you know what? There may actually be people who can only buy Crocs because they'd only go up to a 17.
Okay, but look down. Look at this image, right? Can I zoom in on this? I can't zoom in on this. Just imagine looking down. That looks awful.
No, but you know what? Is that
this Woody Croc is all side shoe. The top shoe's ugly.
No, but okay, look at it though. I remember you sent me the picture of them and I said, I bet you on the bottom they're gonna say Bonnie, but
what does it say?
It says Andy. I think it says Andy, which I am surprised to see.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm surprised to see that.
They know their market, dude. They know their market are millennials. Then Andy. Yeah, it says Andy. Oh, wow. Dude, that is a massive discovery. Because you're right. It should have said Bonnie.
Now I have to buy them.
I have to buy more.
I have to buy them.
What does Jesse's say? I wonder if it says on here because we didn't look. Doesn't say. What about the Alien?
Ooh.
The Claw. It just says Pixar and no name. Ooh. I'm not going to lie. I think the Alien is the best looking one. That's it. You know. Tom, these are the goofiest looking like the goofiest looking shoes. The Lightning McQueen ones kind of blend in. They just look like red shoes. This you look like a goofball.
Whoa! Why is the Lightning McQueen taking strays right now?
No, I think this looks crazier.
Does that I gotta stop myself from swearing. Does that Croc light up when you walk? I don't think so, pal.
It doesn't need to, Tom. This has 3 eyeballs on it, and it's blue and green.
I'm going to say something right now, chat. If you think that you... I'm going to be... If you think you're too cool to not wear these, you're actually a loser. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. If you look at these and go, I'd never wear though, you take yourself too seriously. I don't think these look good, but if you say something to the extent of I'd rather be dead than be caught wearing these, you're no fun.
You mean these?
Ka-chow. Yeah. See, look at that. That is class right there.
All right, now we need a vote, and this is how we're gonna tie up the stream. Which one is better? Toy Story Aliens, Lightning McQueen. Chat, the poll has started. The vote is yours. The floor is yours, chat. You need to vote. Which one is better, Lightning McQueen or the Alien?
Before I'm sorry, I got sidetracked because the blasphemy of that one statement. I think the success. I don't know how successful these collabs are happening, but I think part of this is.
I'd rather be dead.
That's somebody's got no whimsy. Part of what I think makes these, I think, successful, because I don't actually know how successful this stuff is there is a massive collector mentality in society right now. Specifically in the States, the consumer collector's mentality. And back in 2022, I think it was 2022, me and my buddies went to New York Comic Con. And we were able to get in earlier because we had some connections, so we were able to get on the floor earlier, and they had the Demon Slayer Crocs collab happening at Comic-Con. And what basically happened is everybody with a VIP ticket went over and waited online early to get the Demon Slayer Crocs specifically to try and flip. Everything about collabs, everything, it's the collectorism of everything going on right now is this really weird aftermarket that things are perceived to be valuable because, oh, it's a collab with blank. And the Crocs were available to purchase at a time later on. Like, it wasn't that you could only get them at New York Comic Con, but I don't know how high they were going. My buddy waited online. I have the video of him getting the Crocs, but it was this mentality of like, oh, it's worth something because it's a collab with something, and now it's worth money, is something that I feel like that's what all of these all of these Croc collabs are now doing. So you have the Mandalorian and Grogu one. Oh, you got to get it now in time for the movie. There's the rush aspect for it. There's the you don't know if they're going to sell out, if they're going to do a restock of it. You know, it's you talk about it, it's financial nihilism, and I think that's what these Croc collabs
You think
really are.
that's what Croc has become?
I don't think it's the sole thing of it. I think it's a symptom of it. Because, you know, I don't see people fist fighting over Crocs, but I see plenty of people fist fighting over Pokemon cards. You know, the Lightning McQueen Crocs, I don't know what they go for right now because you can't get them normally. Notify me of upcoming restocks. View launch details 4 years ago.
Yeah, these are collector's items. The Lightning McQueen Crocs are collector's items. But okay, can we just a couple of things. Number one, you guys are fighting it out in the chat right now. Tom, we are at 50%, and it keeps going back and forth. 50% jumping back and forth. The chat is speaking right now, but I'll say something else. I just want to know out there, I'm sure there's people on the internet. Maybe I don't want to know them personally. I don't want to have a relationship with people like this, but I'm sure that there are stories of people out there who've gone on first dates and have worn Crocs. And I want to know if there are people who've like worn Lightning McQueen Crocs on a first date. And I want to know, flash forward, where are you at now? How has life been? You know, and are you getting married? Did she say yes?
If they listen, I'm gonna be so for real. I would pull up wearing these. I would pull up wearing these. You kidding me? I think that is an immediate tell. You know,
if somebody,
it's... okay. It depends. Maybe not on the first date. Not on the first date is a little too much.
No. That's it. I think that's it. You got to set the tone of who you are. You know, hey, look, in this world of dating, where you got all the people, you know, everybody puts on a facade, right? You gotta go in with a preface on, and you know, it's like, hey, how you doing? You know, hey, you know, you got brothers and sisters? No, yes, okay. You know, how's mom and dad? You know, what's your job? You know, what was it like growing up? Bullshit. You show up wearing the Lightning McQueen Crocs, you are revealing who you are. I think it is the greatest tell for a first date. Easily, hands down.
I saw one comment, but the difference is you have swagger. And it's all about how you wear it. If you're a loser wearing these, guess what? Like, okay, if you're a loser wearing Lightning McQueen Crocs, the Lightning McQueen Crocs aren't the reason you're a loser.
That's real. Live your true energy. Do they date their first cousin?
You don't.
No, they don't. No, it's better. I want it. Not only is it a first date, but I bet you in this scenario, you run it where you run it where it's like a Tinder hookup. It's even worse. It's not even a first date. It's just a Tinder. It's just a Tinder connection, right? But here, and it would be topped off with the Velcro wallet.
Listen, I think it all comes down to how you wear it, man. If you yourself are self-conscious about wearing the Crocs, you got bigger problems to worry about. The Crocs, the fashion item isn't the problem. It's all about how you're wearing it. You know, when you listen.
This is you know what?
I did get complimented by that man outside of the Wendy's for wearing these. I did.
It's real.
It happened.
It really happened.
I've had, you know, it's funny. I've had people send me online the pictures of like, hey, they're doing a Mater's Croc. Are you gonna get that? And I'm like, no, because that's lame now. It's just piggybacking off of the success of the Lightning McQueen one. It's not the same.
That's right. Nobody wants Mater. Nobody wants Mater. You want Lightning McQueen or no deal.
Yeah.
No deal. How about that?
Yeah. It's all about it's all about the confidence. If you because that's where if you're showing up to a first date in Crocs, you know who you are.
You know who you are, dude. And you're unapologetically you.
And if that person goes, you wear Crocs to our first date, I think you're gross. Look, guess what? You lucked out, buddy. Because now you don't have to deal with that anymore.
I think, you know what? Let's set some ground rules, though. If you're going to wear Toy Story Crocs on the first date, you need to have a couple other things checked off, right? You got to have your own place or live in your own place, like whether it be apartment or whatever. You can't live in your mom's basement.
No.
It doesn't work then. It doesn't work in that case. You have to, that doesn't mean you have to own your own house. It just means you have to live in your own place. Okay. You got to be employed to some capacity, right? You got to have some kind of a job. Okay. And which is fine. Or you're going through, maybe you're going through education. I think it changes depending on the age. So like if you're in going through school, it's a little different. You got way more leeway. But if you're an adult, right, we got to take you a little more seriously. If you got to have a job, you got to be out of mom's house, and I think that's it. I think if you check those two boxes, you wear Lightning McQueen Crocs on the first date. It's going to work. It's going to work.
You still
and if it doesn't, you win.
You still need to dress appropriately. Don't be wearing like a ketchup stained shirt and stuff. Like you still need to be presentable. But like no, there is that level of it's like I think they're fun and they're comfortable. I'm gonna say what's the poll at right now because I want to make a case.
The poll is at 46 votes. 48%, 52%. We are literally neck and neck. It is. Okay. It's anybody's game.
I'm gonna make the case to you, the viewers, on why the Lightning McQueen Crocs are superior. One, they light up when you walk around. But two, the reason why the Lightning McQueen Crocs work so well is because it is the adult version of the child's shoe. Because everyone thought it started off with the whole joke of that it's like, oh, why don't adults have the fun Lightning McQueen Crocs? Why can't I get this pair in my adult size that my kid's wearing? So that's what the Lightning McQueen Croc is. It's the adult version of the child shoe that has been out since 2006 when the first movie came out. This right here, this is predicating on it's like, okay, it's we made it for adults. Ha ha, fun. No, it's not the same.
Okay, can we here's a real question because I know we have some women in the chat that are watching us, all two of them. No, we do. We have women watching in the chat. This is a question for the women. What would you rather have on a first date? Would you rather have the guy show up wearing Lightning McQueen Crocs and exuding confidence and knowing who he is and being playful and fun? Like life is fun. It's exciting. I'm wearing Lightning McQueen Crocs. Or would you rather have a guy wearing Velcro shoes? Take it. Now, what's the winner there?
Oh.
Is it the double strap Velcro Skechers or Lightning McQueen Crocs? And
No,
you have to pick one. You have to pick one.
It's got to be the Crocs. It's got to be the Crocs.
It's got to be the Crocs. That guy knows who he is. He's got personality.
Because the Velcro implies that this guy may not be able to tie his own shoes.
Exactly.
How old is he? He can't tie his own shoes. The Crocs is... Oh, my gosh. If you are not enjoying the Croc talk, you're not having fun.
If you haven't hit the like button yet on this video, what are you doing? Why are those the only two options? Because that's the world that... The channel is called Fake Wizards Live. Do you expect anything less?
Wait, hold on. We're getting another breaking news. We got some bad news. Hold on.
What now?
We got some breaking news, everybody.
Grimace Jr., the son of Grimace, was found dead in his Upper East Side apartment this afternoon. Officers believe that foul play was involved. Find out more tonight at 11.
Holy crap.
What?
Grimace Jr.
What is What do you mean?
I'm crying.
What
I'm not laughing. I'm crying at this horrible tragedy.
What
It's so
happened to
bad. How
Grimace
could this
Jr.?
happen? Grimace Jr., what happened? Foul play was involved. Oh, man. Well, I think...
Oh, R.I.P. man. Oh, R.I.P. dude. Gone too soon.
Everyone, R.I.P. for Grimace Jr. in the chat right now.
Can you give an R.I.P. for Grimace Jr.? Oh no, we may never recover. Tom, we have ended the poll.
Yes, what is it at?
52% Toy Story aliens. The chat has spoken.
I will remember this. I will remember this chat. You have made a powerful enemy today. You're telling me the stupid Toy Story aliens you think is better than these babies? You think they're better than these babies? I don't think that those Toy Story aliens they don't light up. They don't light up like this.
We can't see the light.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Recount. Get a recount going. We're going to do this tomorrow night. We're recounting tomorrow night, okay? We're bringing the poll back. We're gonna do a secondary. We got to get some over. We got to redo this, okay? We got there was some bad faith actors in chat trying to sway the audience.
No. It was an honest vote. It was an honest vote. It was not rigged.
I saw you over there. You voted 3 times.
You voted with 3 different accounts. Here. Mario Basketball says, I came here for vigorous dialogue, and y'all are arguing whether Lightning McQueen Crocs are better than the alien from Toy Story.
Well, that's vigorous dialogue.
That is vigorous dialogue. But you know what? Unfortunately, our time tonight is coming to an end. Our time with you this evening is coming to a close. So we're actually quite a few minutes over time. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. We are going to be tying up Fake Wizard News tonight. We will be back with you tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern for Culture Crossfire. We will be back tomorrow night at 9:45 Eastern for Fake Cast. Tom and I will be back together talking about the content of the week. So we're doing more streams. We'll be back. And this isn't going to go down. This is going to stay up. So now all the videos are going to stay up live on the Fake Wizard channel. But I need your help, guys. I need you to make sure you hit the like buttons if you haven't yet. I need you to, if you want to share this out there, by all means, share this out there if you had a little bit of fun. And leave a comment on the video when it's done. That would help too. You got to remember, this is a brand new channel. So we're playing by YouTube's brand new rules. We need your help a little bit. That's pretty much it on that front. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. And with that, my friends, we are going to raid over on YouTube. We're going to raid WDW Pro. Before we wrap up, though, we did get one super over on the R. There's no other way to say Rumble. We needed to say Rumble. We are streaming on Rumble, but we try not to say because YouTube will penalize you for saying the word RUMBLE. But we got for a 5 from Nintendo Shell. For a 5 says, here's some monetization. It's awesome. You're streaming on the R streamer. And we are streaming over there. Thank you for the 5. We did catch it. and we did call it out. We don't leave a super chat behind. We're jumping over to WEW Pro. I will be over there as well. So stick around for the YouTube raid. My friends, we'll see you in a few minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then, Tom, you got something to play us out?
I think I do. Let me
play us out, Johnny.
Let me pull this up here. Where is that thing? Where is that gosh darn thing?
Maybe you could call it Bumble with an R. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. We may have to do that.
Well,
Bumble with an R.
Bumble with an R. Where? Dang it! Hold on.
What do you got to play us out, Tom?
I got transitions.
We are going as fast. There we go.